is it that time of the month again? We're at the end of March, which means that it's time to do the TBR prompt jar challenge for the month of April to figure out which books I'm going to be putting on my TBR, and I'm very excited. I love these videos. If you've watched my other videos, you know I rave about this every month. These videos are just so fun to make because the prompts just make it extra special, extra spicy, and it's just really fun. But before I start that, I did want to, as per usual, kind of go through all of the books that I have already lined up for the month for book clubs and ARCs and that kind of stuff. And also, April is a huge month for new releases, so I want to go through that too. First of all, as you guys would know, I'm part of 2 book clubs. However, I do not know the book for one of them because we're yet to pick it. For book club number 2, we are reading Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and I'm so excited. Last month, well, this month, we read this historical fiction that was so long and very slow paced, so we were all struggling a lot. Over half of us didn't even finish the book. They DNF'd it. I did finish it because I read it on audio, so I just got through it really quick. However, it wasn't the best time, and so we're very excited to be reading a new fun book that is going to be romance and just a good time. And I love a sports romance. If you guys didn't know, I'm sure that you do. If you've been here before, you'll know that I love sports romance, but if you're new here, I am obsessed. Very keen for that one. So that's actually the only book that I have lined up for the month, other than my other book club pick that will be picked later on. So I'll only have those 2 because I currently don't have any ARCs to read, which is kind of nice because I've had a lot of those recently. However, there are some books that I do want to read in the month of April, and those books are Saving and Redeeming 6, because in the month of March I read Binding and Keeping 13 and it was so good. That world is so fun and I love being in those books. However, I also hate it at the same time because it's so sad. The triggers are crazy, so definitely read your triggers. But if you've been putting off that series, please go read it. Go check it out. It's actually such a good read. It's so emotional. It's captivating. You're laughing one second, you're crying the next second. It's such a good time. But I'm very, very nervous for Saving and Redeeming 6 because I've just heard that they're heartbreaking, and also from what I'm getting from the first 2 books, these 2 are going to be crazy. So keen for that. However, if I can put these on my TBR, that would be awesome because I'm already planning on reading them. But we'll see. Before we jump into the TBR though, I would love to go through all of the new releases that I'm so excited are coming out in the month of April, because the month of April is probably one of the craziest months for new releases this year. And I think that all of these books are worth mentioning. So on April 1st alone, we have Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, and Summer in the City for Alex Astor. That's crazy. So we've got an Abby Jimenez book, which, to be fair, I've already read this book because I very luckily got given an ARC, so it's not a book that I have to worry about putting into my TBR, but it's so good, guys. So if you're planning out your month of April, definitely consider adding that one. Now, Jessa Hastings. Guys, if you know, you know. Jessa Hastings wrote the Magnolia Parks universe, which is my all-time favorite series, a lot of your guys' all-time favorite series, and she's come out with a new book and we're all so excited about it. I'm nervous, and I also have decided that I'm not going to read it straight away because I only just finished the Magnolia Parks universe in January, and so I feel like I still need a bit of time to collect my bearings when it comes to her worlds and her writing, because it's just so beautiful but so heartbreaking at the same time. And then obviously Alex Astor. I enjoyed Lightlark and Nightbane. I did not like Skyshade, and so I'm a little bit iffy about her. However, I'm very keen to see what her romance book would be like. So we'll see if I pick that one up, and I want to kind of see people's reviews once it comes out and see what I think. Then on the 8th of April, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, we've got Fearless by Lauren Roberts, which is the 3rd and final book in the Powerless series, which I'm excited by. I didn't love Reckless, however, I'm still very keen to read Fearless and get that story continuing and going and see where it ends up. I'm very excited about that one. So that's probably one of the books that I'll definitely be picking up straight away as soon as it's released. Then on the 22nd of April, we've got Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry, and I particularly love her books on audio. I have a vlog coming out soon where I read Funny Story and I listened to it, and it was just such a good time, and so I think I might wait until that one comes out on audio. I'm so excited. And then lastly, on April the 25th, we've got Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford, which is, I think, the last book in the Windy City series. I currently have Caught Up and Play Along still to be read out of that series, which is the 3rd and 4th book. So that one's the 5th one, and it's red and it's beautiful, and I love this series so much. And so obviously, because I've still got these 2 books on my TBR, I'm not going to be reading that one straight away. However, I will be hopefully reading it in the near future. I'm just very excited that it's coming out though, and I'm very excited for all of the girlies that get to read it very soon. So those are all of the books that are coming out in the month of April that I'm excited about. There's definitely way more, but these ones I'm just like so excited about. But for now, let's jump straight into doing the TBR challenge, because this is what we're all here for, let's be honest. So let's pick out the first prompt, which I usually do 4 prompts because I'm a slow reader, so I don't want to set myself up with too many books and get overwhelmed. So the first prompt is a book with a red cover. So I've already thought about this, and Saving 6 is purple, so that one doesn't count. However, Redeeming 6, which is the second book, and I will be getting to this, is this red. That's red. That's really red. Surely that's red. So I'm going to put that on as a possible, but I'm still going to go through and see if there's any books on here that I might want to also read. Now, definitely The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. However, I'm not reading that right now. That's a Christmas book. I have one back here, which is Normal People by Sally Rooney, which I'm not reading that. I don't know why I still have it on my TBR, because every month I'm like, I'm not reading that. Like, I just don't think I'm going to read it. I've heard not great things about it. I think that Redeeming 6 is actually my only option. Now, I know that this is the second book, which means that I still need to read Saving. However, I will be reading Saving anyway, so that is not a problem because I will be reading that book. So I'm very keen to have this on there because I was already planning on reading it. Let's do the next prompt, shall we? A book under 300 words, which I'm pretty sure I meant pages, so let's ignore that. One that I'm so excited about reading, and if I can put this on the TBR, that would be amazing, which is The Naturals. This is a smaller book, so if this is under 300 pages, I'm gonna cry. No, it's the last chapter and it starts at 301. Ah! That's so annoying. That's so annoying. I don't even know if I'm gonna find a book under 300 pages. Like, please. Swift and Saddled, this is probably gonna be. Or acknowledgements, this is under 300 pages, 285 pages. Okay, so we've got this one, which I'm very keen to read anyway, because 1, I love country small town romance, and 2, I do want to get further along in this series. It's also just so stunning. I think that that's it. This is the only option we've got, which I'm not mad about, so very keen to put this on the TBR. Okay, the third prompt, we've got a book that was gifted to me. So when I first started my book talk, and probably the first few months on book talk, I got a lot of book fairies, which I'm going to include book fairies in this because it was gifted. Those books are gifted to me. Or a lot of my family members love to gift me gift cards for bookstores or to buy books. And I don't know if I'd count those because like I've bought them, like they're books that I've picked. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should count books that I've bought with gift cards from people. But for now, let's just do books that I've been book fairied. You know what is book fairied? And I have been wanting to read it, is King of Sloth. I'm pretty sure this one was book fairy to me. It was gifted to me by beautiful Janelle, my book bestie from Book Talk. Janelle, she is one of my OG book besties and I love her so much, and she gifted me King of Sloth, which is the 4th and not final book in the King of Sin series. There is a 5th one coming out this year, so this is probably a good time to read this one. However, if there's other options, maybe I'll consider those as well. I do actually have some books that were gifted to me, as in I've had a friend that was de-stashing books and then she gave me some, which I've got. The North Wind is one of those, and I was kind of keen on the North Wind because I feel like I need to read a fantasy. However, I have a different fantasy series in mind that I want to read, which is The Spark of the Everflame, but I don't have that physically and I really need to read my physical TBR. She also did gift me Whisper by Lynette Noni, and I have been actually kind of keen to read this recently. I don't know why, and I don't actually even know what it's about, but I'm kind of keen on it. For 6 years, 6 months, 14 days, 11 hours, and 6 minutes, Subject 684, Jane Doe, has been locked away and experimented on without uttering a single word. Sounds like The Silent Patient. As Jane's resolve begins to crack under the influence of her new and unexpected kind evaluator, she uncovers the truth about Langard's mysterious program, discovering that her own secret is at the heart of the sinister plot, and one wrong move, one wrong word could change the world. that sounds good. And it also sounds very different to what I've been reading. I kind of low-key love that. I'm going to be tossing up between Whisper and then The King of Sloth by Anna Huang. This is hard because I have been wanting to read both of these books, but I think I'm going to go with Whisper by Lynette Noni because I feel like I have been kind of putting this off for a little while, and also because I feel like it is very different to the other books that I've got on my TBR and the books that I've been reading recently. Keen. And for the fourth and final prompt for the day, which is so sad that this is over, but we all know that May's going to come around so quickly. A book that I'm nervous to start. I think I have a few. It's none of the books that I really want to read, obviously, because I'm nervous to start. I think that The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I have a good one. I mean, honestly, I could put Saving Six as a book that I'm nervous to start because honestly, the way I'm terrified to start that book. However, I think I should probably include something a little different. I'm thinking Caraval. I'm very, very nervous to start this book, and it honestly is the reason why I haven't picked it up since I got it, which has to be at least 6 to 9 months ago. Like a long time I've had this. I've had the whole series, including the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, on my TBR for so long, and I haven't picked it up. And I've been so nervous, and this is the book that I need to start in order to get there. So I think that it's probably time to put this on there. And this is a very good one that is like, I was nervous to start, because as much as The Reappearance of Rachel Price, I'm not nervous necessarily. I just kind of am nervous in the sense of I just don't know what to expect. And I haven't read any Holly Jackson. And so I'm just like, am I going to enjoy it? That's more the nerves that I'm getting from this. Instead, this is more so many mixed reviews, and I just don't know if it's going to be good, and I'm so nervous. So I definitely think that that's probably a better option than this one. However, I've been putting that off for so long. So hopefully in the next few months, I can get some of those off my TBR, the ones that I've been putting off for so long. Okay, so that is all of the TBR prompts that we've got. So let's go through them with the prompts. So we've got a book with a red cover. I'm doing Redeeming Six by Chloe Walsh. Very excited about this, but also Catch Me Crying All Month. And then for a book under 300 words, I've got Swift and Saddled by Lyla Sage. I'm very excited for this one, and I'm also kind of keen that I've got a book that is shorter because Redeeming Six is close to 1,000 pages. So keen for a shorter book. Then for a book that I've been gifted, Whisper by Lynette Noni. Very keen for this one. A little nervous because I don't know anything about it, but I think it'll be interesting. And then last but not least, a book that I am nervous to start. I've got Caraval by Stephanie Garber. As much as I'm nervous about starting this book, I'm kind of excited because I'm keen to get this series officially started to just like get me through it so that I can get to Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is what I'm really excited for. So those are all of the books that we ended up picking with the prompts for the month of April. I think that this is going to be such a fun month. It's going to be emotional, it's going to be mysterious, it's going to be fun with a little Swift and Saddled. So I'm very, very keen. But I'll see you guys at the end of the month to see whether I ended up getting all of these read. Hopefully I do. But if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Let me know which book on your TBR you are the most excited about for the month of April, and I'll see you guys in my next video.